Hey, welcome back, Sense8s. We are going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 10 right here, right now. Let's do it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, really great song choice there, Kari Lane. I love it. I love especially because I'm feeling kind of festive because I don't want the show to end. Hello, everybody. I'm just going to put my feelings all the way down. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. We are talking about Sense8 because it's awesome. I am your host, Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media at atorres890. Of course, I can't do this show alone. I've got the beautiful Joelle Monique over here.
Hey guys, it's Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique every week at blackgirlnerds.com.
I'm going to start from my far left over there. The man of the hour.
How you doing? Zach. Oh, my name is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with a CH Silverman 2 and at thezachsilverman.com.
And the lady with 13 wigs, Kari Lane.
You know what? And I was like, oh, I don't have a pink one. I would have worn pink.
It's okay. I like the green.
I thought about it. Oh, thank you.
Nice.
It works.
You know, it's Anime Expo, so you know I came from there.
Living the life.
Just for all of you
jealous.
and these people.
So jealous.
Yeah, I wish I was there.
My name is Kari Lane. You can find me and my Anime Expo adventures on social media at Kari D Lane, Karidlane. And shout out to El Royalty Clothing. This is a romper that she made, and you can see other photos of that in video.
Super cute.
No, super cute. I want one for my own, even though I can't wear them. But anyway, don't forget, guys, to check us out. We are live right now, so hit us up on the live chat. Kari Lane has that. Zach has that. I will eventually get there whenever my computer gets there. Again, I know we only have this episode and the next episode, so again, guys, I'm gonna say it out loud. No spoilers. We only have one more episode. Just stick through it, and we will get there, I promise. But I'm so happy that you guys are all here.
Yeah, full panel.
So yeah, full panel.
Welcome back, Joelle.
I mean, Joelle's hustling, so it's all good. All good in the hood.
Get it, girl.
She's on field missions. It's a thing. So how did we feel? Second to last episode. How do we feel? Initial thoughts before we get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
So good and so many emotions. And I watched it here at the studio, which is a completely different experience than watching it at home because I'm like, trying to be quiet because our studio, you don't want to make too much noise.
It's hard to watch it here.
And then it's interesting having people behind you and like
the scenes
Lito
that
and
are going on.
Hernando
Oh my
scene comes up
God.
and I'm like,
I had like a group of people behind me when I was watching right out here, and I was just like, I might just want to do this.
It makes you feel bad because
like,
you're like,
what are they like thinking?
I was
What
like,
we're
it's
watching?
from here to eternity. Calm down, guys. Reference, okay?
I mean, how do you think I feel when I'm watching like at my desk?
Oh my God, yeah, I can only
imagine. And so
imagine
like
now.
when people are coming by and they're just like, hey, Alexis, I need that. You know what? I'll come back. It's
like
cool.
gay porn?
Clearly.
Work, Alexis.
I can. It's also because I'm in a cubicle, not first. Oh, Lord. But let's get into it because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I want to talk about.
Yes, please.
So let's start with Kala because I want to know your thoughts about this this next step that we have going on.
Both taking.
So we had Kala. She's making blockers. She made one.
Yeah.
And she's obviously weary about making that or testing them to see if they're And Riley is totally willing to try it, but it's I do like that they weren't like, oh, just take it and we'll just wing it. And
But
see
she wasn't
how it goes.
there with her, right?
No. But she is planning to go to
Bumble.
Bumble.
Okay, cool.
Yes, which is gonna be interesting. And of course,
Quite the hopper, going all over the
I'm
place,
okay with
man.
it. I want Riley to go everywhere, but I
Yeah.
also want everybody to meet up. But I did like their plan, and I did like that they were able to kind of understand where Kala is clearly confused about because she's really hitting that wall, guys.
Yeah.
Their plane conversation, though, was so...
That was cute.
I was just feeling... they're just so cute together and sweet, but also this idea of, like... It's like the virginity loss conversation when you tell your best friend and you're like, oh my God, I have to tell you something. It was like that, but on a totally new and different level, and I really enjoyed exploring that.
You know what's cool about this conversation though? There's actually like sub-clusters within the cluster itself because Kala was even like, what's it like? And I mean, she has that connection with Wolfie, but she's like, what's it like to like kiss him or to love him? And she couldn't describe it, and when she was like going into the whole sex part, she's like, oh, and like, well, how did she phrase it?
Words can't describe it.
But even like, she's feeling the same pain, and the whole cluster is feeling Will's pain. But like, I feel like Riley is feeling it like even worse because she's that much connected to him.
Yes. Yeah. And I like that that's
it's a great concept. It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly, of how they brought that up. But I also love that they didn't really like stem on that too long.
No, they didn't need
She wanted to
to.
go straight into more of the positive light of like, so the sex part, how does that work? So I really liked that. And the fact that she's willing to go travel to work things out. And then we get another person who's willing to travel.
Both of them are.
Which is
awesome.
Wolfie.
Yeah.
Did anybody actually think that this is the way it was going to go in this episode? Like them finally kind of admitting that they have feelings for each other. And that, I mean, we knew that they have feelings for each other, but Kala obviously has been going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that she's actually like put that in stone? That this
I think
is
she kind of
happening?
has.
She
I think
made this
she's-
smart plan of like, no, don't come to my city. I can't go to your city. Let's just go somewhere
No,
else.
she wanted to go to his city, which is like.
I
really
know, but he
stupid.
goes, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
so
why would
it's
you
the
entertain
okay,
that?
fine. Let's just go somewhere else.
Well, because
Yeah.
they're in love and they want to be together.
They can go to London. They can
I've
go-
been waiting for you to get here this part because when we did the Christmas episode, Joelle had feelings and thoughts
Come on,
and
they're
hopes and
just
dreams.
so perfect together. I love them.
We see such a different side of Wolfie. I mean, he's such a
Yeah.
badass for like so many episodes, and then I almost forget. And then like you're hearing him say like these romantic things, and I'm just like the
Oh, yeah.
bohemian in him is coming out, and I'm just like, oh,
Not
what?
even him just saying them,
Like,
him taking in those words. Like, Wolfie hasn't had a lot of people to say very nice things.
He hasn't
to
at all,
him. Like,
no.
his friends are not the kind of affectionate people that you might occasionally need in
Yeah.
your life. And so I really appreciate like just getting to watch him soak in all of the kind, loving things that she's saying. And I'm like, these two are so meant to be together. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
Yeah, no, I know.
And then she's still loyal to her husband in terms of like, okay, but I can't hurt
I'll tell
him.
the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta be
That'd be nice.
practical.
Yeah.
How do we feel how that's gonna go?
I'm waiting for it to
The
box
present?
to be a problem, so they'll make it clean or break.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you think she'll actually get out? Do you think that this is
It
going
might
to
make
hinder
her easier to push away.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh.
If, let's
Like
say
get
if
to
let's say
be
if it
with
is a
Wolfie?
bomb or something that
Oh.
comes up and maybe
Oh.
she can't go because something's holding her back, whether it's an injury
Mm.
or a kidnapping or whatever.
Kidnapping.
But
I don't know, man. I
think
just feel like
I think it's interesting. But
Is anyone
Again,
concerned Rajan isn't coming home? Or is already partially home?
or maybe it's a piece of
Yeah.
him in that box.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. We kind of ruled out it was not going to be a bomb though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
we're-
don't.
Piece of Raja. Oh, that's just.
That's what I said. I was like, again, I'm
didn't
a
think about
garbage.
that.
I'm a garbage human being,
Ugh.
and I watched the worst.
We thought it was going to be some blackmail or something.
No. It's like a finger.
Oh no!
I
I was thinking like
it's
an
not
eyeball.
bad.
The box feels
was
like
thinking his
head
head.
size.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the whole
From what his
head.
like skeevy friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what's up with
That
that
would be a
guy,
huge
and I don't
twist.
trust him.
I
I'm just saying,
nobody
I don't
trusts
think
him.
it's going to happen. I'm just because Joelle knows me very well. I'm like, I always think the worst thing, and then when it's not, I'm like, okay, I feel better.
Renji
You know?
says Kala should just rip the Band-Aid off from her husband or with her husband.
No, I agree.
I think
I
it's been going on for too long.
clearly she's having turmoil about it. Like, you can't sit there and be like, yeah, you know what? Like, you can't sit there and make a decision if you're clearly already pushing in the other direction.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's clear as day.
She seemed to specify like, I love my husband, but you. That's the whole.
That's a whole
Oh, another
different
story.
level.
Oh boy.
yeah.
Speaking of a whole different level,
Yes.
Will. Guys, let's talk about Will.
Yeah.
Sad.
Will clearly is going through a terrible, terrible loss of his
Yeah.
father, and obviously he's going through the guilt through his grief of not being
there for
there,
an
and
entire
obviously
year.
all of this stuff might be happening because of him, and this and this and this,
And the closure he'll never get.
and the closure
Yeah.
he'll never get, which is unfortunate. I mean, he had it, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
Definitely not
It's
enough.
it hurts.
And then freaking Whispers comes in and just turns the knife.
yeah,
I'm like,
he's like,
what
get
Whisper
out of his head.
I actually really
God.
appreciated this because I'm like, this
Oh.
is exactly the motivation that we need. This right here.
Yeah.
Like, F you, Whispers. I
Yeah.
can't wait till we put a bullet in his head.
Okay,
like,
I have a question,
it's gonna be
actually.
so satisfactory.
So you know
I
how
need him to die.
Yeah,
right?
he needs to go away. You
Yeah.
know how Whispers can inflict on people, and like he's kind of doing that to Will. Did he impose the image of Angela, saying like, "Oh, it's okay. I've gone down this rabbit hole before, and I didn't know how to
don't
get
think so.
back."
I think these
Was
are
that
just
really
shit, so-
Angela? Because she was kind of like telling him. I thought like because she's dead, he could only get memories of what she was doing, not these new things.
I don't know. I feel like
I don't think so.
I feel like she's been kind of part of their world
Yeah?
for a while.
there's definitely something weird going on,
Yeah,
though, because
she's definitely dead. She's.
This shit.
I mean,
know
she's
that.
not.
We
well,
know
I mean,
that.
what's
We've
his
seen
name?
it. We saw her die.
Yes,
But-
I know.
But we also thought we saw.
Yeah, Jonas died.
Jonas
Exactly.
died.
So I'm
And
like,
Jonas
why
came
she keep
back.
coming up?
And also, it was okay. Look, here's. I'm gonna save some of these things for predictions, but
Okay.
the thing that really
call.
weirded me out is when she was like, "So hey, I remember being here, and it's awful."
Yeah.
And it felt a lot less like I'm sympathizing with you, and a lot more like you should take these drugs.
Yeah, I thought she was
should
because
take
he,
them.
he went
Confusing,
from,
right?
he went from the blockers to picking up the heroin. I was just
Yeah,
like,
and
what is she doing?
Very confused about what Angela has been doing
Yes.
with her cluster.
Yeah.
We see her pouring gas on people and their heads
And what about him
open.
snorting the blockers, right? He
Yeah.
took
Oh
it.
yeah, I
He was
think
like,
that's what it
"Get the
was.
hell-"
Yeah. Well, that was with Whispers though, not.
I know, but
yeah.
like,
It's smarter for the reason he snorted is because it happens faster. You
yeah.
get the hell up out of my brain. It is concerning behavior, but if Whispers was in my head, that's also how I would take my drug and get out.
Yeah.
I know, but the bad thing was he also, as you could see clearly in my notes where I put, he fucked up because of the fact
he was
that
so out of it.
Because the fact that he took the blocker straight, it messed with him a little bit. And clearly he wasn't there to help.
Cassius really could have been hurt. That was scary.
And we'll get to him. He's going to be our
Habit says they could access Angela through Jonas. It's memories and echoes with Angelo. Yeah, with Angelo. So
Angelica.
Cool. Angelica.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense because every time that we see her, it's either a memory or her just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
So I'll take that. But yes, I was upset with Will that I was like, we needed you in this moment because yes, Caffey's could have died.
Yeah.
But also his father literally just died, so I can't blame him.
When we get, I was like,
we'll
when we get to him. But
So let's go on a lighter note. Let's get to. Go for it.
Longer name there, but fun. Lime Green Yummy says they will always have access to Angelica with or without Jonas.
Got it.
No, totally.
Yeah,
good
she's
to know.
the mother of the cluster.
Shadows.
Yes.
It makes sense. Yes.
I like the idea of echoes. It's like
that's
I'll take
cool.
that.
Cool phrasing.
More like a spirited guide. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Lighter
Leto.
note. Yes.
Yeah, Leto.
Went to Hollywood.
That's what
finally,
I'm excited about.
yes.
Okay, so I have mixed feelings about this whole thing.
Tell us.
So Hollywood looks amazing. I'm super excited for Leto. Everything was working out real well. One son. Girl, why? No, like it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. It was the
make a
fact that,
sidecar.
he was like, I need a sidecar. And I was like, right now, of all times.
I feel like, one, she couldn't control that.
No, I know.
And two, I like the way Leo worked it out. He's like, okay, you want to hear some truth?
I need a minute.
He pulled a total actor stunt and was like, crap, I need a minute. I'm going to tell you a true story. Let me get into my truth, and then I'll be able to channel that truth to you. And it played, like, you can be quirky and weird and be an actor, and like I feel like agents and director producers eat that shit up. They're like, yes, unique artist, love it.
So do you think he was actually pretending to make a sidecar in that moment and going through the actions, or he was just talking about it?
I think he was just talking about it.
That's what I got.
Which feels like an acting exercise
a little
to
bit,
me.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he started doing the motions.
Yeah.
And like they
he,
could
went
see
to drop,
that.
Yeah. And I was just,
And I mean, he did the smart thing of actor of like, take the minute, make some weird sounds, so that they could just be like, okay, you're a weird actor doing your thing.
Yeah.
He covered it.
And then Sun had his back right there. She was like, that's a great story. I live this story.
I just, that anxiety problem, I was like, come on, right now of all times. Curse
But
you,
dude,
writers.
she could have had some danger happen.
No,
man, she could have been fired and the whole plan.
And then the whole plan would have went to
out the window.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? Didn't make a sidecar the right way.
Did he not?
He used Jack Daniels when it's supposed to be cognac.
Huh.
Come on, guys.
Interesting.
Come on. Unless the bottle was different. I mean, Jack Daniels is pretty.
It looked like a Jack Daniels bottle. Yeah,
and it was a lot lighter when it poured out. So
yeah, I was very
just
confused.
saying.
Whatever.
It's okay.
Maybe their sidecar is different.
Oh,
or are they trying to say something
Korea
about
does it differently?
Yeah, maybe Korea does it
Jack
differently.
Daniels? That's whiskey. Whiskey and cognac is so different.
I don't know.
Hey, I don't know.
No, I don't.
That's about the only like easy.
I feel like maybe the show is making a statement about how to make the best sidecar.
I know.
Because they're really good about. Well, no. Okay, what I love that you were able to see that.
Yeah,
that's because I bartend, so I'm just like.
Incorrect.
Hey, wait. Remember how we were talking about clusters of who knows a bartender? We've had our bartender.
Hey!
What was that? I mean,
No, remember like a while ago when we first saw Leto bartend, it was a great discussion with all of you watching live. We're kind of like, okay, wait, how many people actually know bartenders? And someone in the chat's like, come on, think about 8 people you know, and you probably know a bartender.
One of them, yeah.
And then
I actually know like several, but yes, I think that's really nice because we were talking about like special skills that we would have. In the
okay.
Sense8.
Yeah.
And that would be nice.
And then Renji pointed out, and I agree. I think this was the time Sun let her guard down. She finally really cried.
She did, and that's what we needed. It just like again because my brain was like, why are we doing this right now? But no, I think it was very necessary, especially because. Guys, I don't know what it is. I don't like Andy Dick. I really don't.
Oh my god! This is the second time. This is the second time he's coming into my life. I'm like, why are you like? And on Netflix too. He was on the show Love for the second season, and he played himself, Andy Dick. Oh, he did a great job. I'm like, Andy Dick, I thought you were in the 90s. What happened? Go away.
Notions of Andy Dick?
No. There's, it's more of a personal thing. I'm not gonna get into it. But anyway, no, I think he's a great actor.
He was toned down in this.
He
was very toned down.
I will give you that.
Yeah, which was.
I'm super suspicious, and then as the scene kept going, I'm just waiting for this all to implode.
Yeah.
Why? We don't have a good actor. We see. I know,
but then I was worried too of like him getting attention that Hernando would maybe be like, whoa,
No,
wait.
see, you know
just
why?
everything. I was waiting for everything to go wrong.
I actually wasn't suspicious of Andy Dick's character. I'm actually suspicious of Blake.
Blake,
Me too.
No.
Are they going to become a foursome? Because it was getting very intimate in that circle. I said, whoa.
Yeah. I definitely saw. He had more interest in Danny though.
He did.
He like zoned right in onto
I
her.
think he was interested in both. Actually, all three of
No.
them.
See, I think what it was, he wanted to impress Hernando. Because he knew he had to have like such intimate scenes with his boyfriend, and he wanted him to like respect him and be like, hey, listen, I'm just gonna be playing
so
this
like
character.
nice about it. I don't know.
I don't.
Give us a tea, Carrie.
I did not get that vibe.
Tell us why you think that.
The way he was looking, I was worried that I'm worried that
he's
Hernando's going to be super jealous. I'm worried that
we love the gay drama.
I know. I was like, no.
It's the thing for me as a film artist is that it was that zoom for the reveal. Like when it zoomed in and he did that slow turn with his drink, and it was just that one shot of his face. I was like,
looking over.
I thought he was gonna be a
I don't
total
like any of
douchebag.
that. Back up.
It's like,
back up right
it's
now.
like how you're worried about people wearing dark colors. Immediately how he was, I was like,
his face.
He's a bad guy.
Which is funny because I like him in other things. He's been.
I thought he did a great job.
He
looks familiar.
he's in 30 Rock. He plays Danny.
When we were talking about the foursome, possibly, Sarah in the chat goes, Danny would be all into that.
Are you kidding me?
Right?
Oh my
Danny
god.
was ready to jump in now. Danny was like, you need not fly. You have the job.
We'll have to make sure the statue's there as well.
Oh
what is that called?
That was too much. I was like, I'm done.
Yes, I took all.
I'm done.
Oh,
Just keep it to yourself. Like it's fine. It's even fine if you want to relay that story. That's your business. But you got to keep the actual item away from human beings.
Yeah,
like, that's got to be in your room.
Waving it around. I was like,
did you clean it? I'm concerned.
Oscar.
I don't
Maybe
like
it's
that.
Mexican.
I don't like that. That's disgusting.
Oh.
Like, I'm totally fine.
You work in a sex shop, so I don't know.
I know. And I was like, you know what would have happened if you got that stuck? That is a whole. Nope, I'm not
You'd
going
have
to get
been
into
a doctor's best story of the night.
Oh my God.
I was going to say, there's been worse stories of what people get
There
stuck.
really has been, light bulbs.
I've gotten phone calls.
That's
It's
disgusting, yeah.
How do I get it out?
Not right.
Yeah, I'm like, I am a retail store person. I cannot help you. I am not a medical professional.
But I can't.
But yeah, I mean, I felt like I couldn't tell if that was like an improv from Andy Dick or if that was just like.
I don't know, because then later on,
They reference it
They
again.
reference it again.
They could have rewrote that for later.
Probably.
I don't know.
They really could have.
I don't know. Either way, like I loved our two actors that are now kind of
they
like
did great.
thrown
Yeah.
in there. I think it's awesome.
What'd you think about the Mark Jacobs appearance and like the whole stripping him down thing? See, that's
I thought that was actually kind of funny.
that made me nervous because I was just like, because you even saw Hernando. He like went to I think
Like he kept getting pushed aside.
yeah,
I
and
was
then
worried of like, we don't care about you thing.
he looked
Hollywood.
towards somebody and he was like, is this? Oh, he
And she
looked
was like,
to the
yeah,
assistant,
like,
and she's
she's
like,
like,
oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. And he's like,
I think they were trying to portray that Hollywood has like no rules, especially in like this, I guess, in
That level, I guess.
like this kind of level.
We got a great quote, like when he was down, stripped naked. Mark Jacobs says, "If all the world's a stage, identity is nothing but a costume." And then like that kind of it brought it full circle. It's like,
all right, yeah.
okay.
How do we feel about our stand-in, our Lady Gaga stand-in at the piano, and our Johnny Depp stand-in?
Lady Gaga stand-in, I almost thought it was. She
Yeah.
looked spot on.
The Johnny Depp-
I was like, no.
But she looked like back in her like poker face era, and I was like, are you going back to that? What are we doing? What time is it?
I think that's one of the Johnny Depps off of Hollywood Boulevard because I've definitely seen that guy before. He looks so familiar.
I'm glad you have a job, sir.
Yeah, I give it to you, man. You got paid that day.
Her made me question it was her. Him, I was like, that's not.
That's
but
totally
he looks
happened.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Johnny Depp doesn't look like that anymore.
I got what they were going.
Yeah, I was okay with it. I was like, yes.
Danny was all excited. Yeah.
I was actually like looking in the background for more people. I was like,
who
who
else
else
is
is here?
Yeah, that's a good point. I totally forgot about that. That like when I watched it, Disney Magic goes. Speaking of Blake, he's been on season 5 and 6 of American Horror Story.
Yes.
And,
that's where he's from.
Sorry, I forgot to bring that up.
And that I don't trust him kind of thing too. So
Yeah.
he has like
Not at all.
Every role that he's played except for Danny on 30 Rock because he played a dummy, he's usually played some sort of like shady character.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know about this. But also we don't know.
He's hot, but
oh my god, like I would do terrible things to that man. But
You're
also
getting
do shut up.
He knows.
He knows. He actually does know. Most of the things I talk about. out.
Good, interesting world building thing. Thank you for pointing out. Sarah in the live chat goes, I love how everyone who had to take their clothes off were so happy about it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Like, yes, Mark Jacob, take some of my clothes.
I know, they're just like, oh,
And I'm like,
normal.
what
Here's
did
my
they wear?
pants.
The random extras just walking up. Now, were those extras or were they crew people?
I would hope they were crew people. That would make me
That would
laugh.
be kind of
Like,
funny.
oh, you want my pants? Here, take it. Mark Jacobs.
And go Lito and Hernando having very sexy underwear. Like,
I feel like
Looking
it's
the
just
same.
those two. It's just those two who has those type of underwear. I've never seen these draws in my life.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so when I lived in Boys Town in Chicago, there are
they have
4
them?
sex shops on
they
like
sell
the
those
main
there?
street. Oh, yeah, in the front window. Yeah, they have them on the mannequins, so you can see them.
They
You
just
ever
look
walk
so
down
good
West
in the
Hollywood
back.
Boulevard? I mean, there's
I have, but,
tons.
but the way
I've
that like
seen-
the shape and the cut looked a little bit different. I mean,
like
clearly
it looked like
before-
it looked like a female.
well, they're actually
thong,
underwear.
kind of in the back. It did a little bit. Not
No,
the front,
it's
obviously,
very,
but
they're very gay underwear.
They look
though.
very
It's like,
I'm
soft.
okay with it. It looks great. I was just like, the fabric looks a little. I'm not gonna get into it. Like,
I just thought
undies
they
is like my
underwear.
thing. You
They
know?
looked
Underwear.
very nice, and I was like, good thing you had the nice pair on today. Like,
Yeah, can
is
you
that what
imagine
you
had
both
your
of
granny
them
panties on
matching
today?
pairs. Yes.
I love
too.
that. I love matching pairs.
We actually we
all
have
about
a new
selection.
sponsor. Our sponsor is MeUndies.
MeUndies.
MeUndies. Speaking of undies, love
Yeah.
the underwear. MeUndies is the softest underwear you'll ever wear, similar to Litos and
Heck,
Hondos.
it looked comfortable.
Looks super soft.
I want them.
They're one of
underwear.
those products that you just have to experience for yourself. I could tell you about them all day long, but feeling is believing. Every pair of MeUndies is sustainably sourced and made from micromodal, a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton. If you're used to buying boring underwear, MeUndies will change everything because MeUndies come in all kinds of colors, patterns. They release new limited edition patterns each month that always sell out. This month, we have pattern designs by the legendary 80s clothing brand Cross Colors.
Ooh.
Yes, with names that live up to their bold design and bright colors. Increase D piece, Ya Dig, and the OG. Very cool. You've got to see them for yourself, and right now you'll save 20% off your first pair and receive a free shipping only at MeUndies.com/buzz. There's a reason MeUndies has sold over 5 million pairs to date. You'll feel it when you put them on. And if you don't love your first pair of MeUndies, they're free. So get 20% off your first pair plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/buzz. That's MeUndies.com/buzz. MeUndies.com/buzz. Check them out.
Yes.
Love them.
I like that we're having a
your undies.
discussion in the chat about what kind of underwear our characters wear.
Oh, I'm totally missing out on all this.
Fernando and Lito usually wore Speedos. That's what I'm usually, like, the actual, like,
I
underwear.
felt they had boxer briefs at
Probably
one
at
point.
one point, I would think so. But I felt like as the more risque
Yeah.
as we got, I felt like the underwear became shorter. And I was like,
No, here we go. I like this. Thank you, Havoc, in the chat. Maybe you don't remember because you were mentally undressing him.
I mean, well,
Right?
damn, jeez,
Yes.
just throw me out there under the bus, the sexy bus. Okay, anyway, so
Maybe they put on their good pair because they knew it was a pool party, you know? By the beach, too.
They're going to their first Hollywood party.
Okay,
They're
wait.
allowed.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah,
We had an
that's
overhead
probably why
shot.
they did it.
We had an overhead shot of this mansion pool, right? With
Gorgeous.
The helicopter.
Yeah, I wanted to be a
Beautiful.
background on that.
How did he get to the beach? Because we're in the hills.
Oh.
How did he get to the beach?
If you drive
It
up the
could've been
Pacific
later.
Coast, where
Do you think this was... Because this looks like this was like the Hollywood Hills, not Malibu Hills.
I think it was in Malibu. Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're in Malibu Hills, it's just a little trip down
Yeah.
past the other mansions
Yes,
to the beach.
oh, past the
I just my worrisome was like, oh, they left Danny up there.
Yeah.
She's upset.
they
No,
were
Yeah,
Danny.
I was like, I'm good, don't worry.
She's
guys-
interested. She's
She
going to take
walked
that
in the door
statue
and
next.
was like, damn, at the
everything
everything
that moved, she was like, yes.
Danny's like, I'm home. This is what I've been waiting for.
She's like, I knew it. I knew I belonged here in Hollywood.
Yes. But yeah,
know,
that beach scene.
That beach scene was
Yeah.
great. You know what's awesome? Because I got a double meaning from this. He literally left, and Hernando was like, where'd you go? But I feel like he was in such a daze, he saw him looking out, and that was the same moment when the cluster, we had some scene of a cluster. He almost saw Lito, like, somewhere else. So I'm like, I'm wondering whether the shot was like, hey, were you, like, somewhere else in your head, or where'd you go from the party kind of thing?
Well, it could have been both.
It,
I would
it
think.
was kind of both. I like to think it's like something bigger.
and that scene was shot so beautifully
So
with the
beautiful with the
sunset
sun.
and like they're over their shoulders.
And I
it's
love
like,
their little. They recreated the scene from. Oh my God, I can't remember.
Here to Eternity.
Thank you.
Yes.
Of the fact of them being on the beach, and I love that because it really.
rang
It
true
really
with
took us
what-
to that next level of
Yeah,
like putting
love.
2 gay men on the beach and recreating that.
You know what's
It's
great?
always nice.
I was reading up on both of these actors and I forgot their names. They're both straight, which is interesting. And Hernando wasn't present for most of the time, so they had to Skype and phone call and do WhatsApp all the time to build this connection, and they built this bond and love together.
Yeah.
And everything was choreographed when they were together. So I mean, they definitely had the love there, which is awesome.
No, they're
It was beautiful. Yeah.
The other thing with the beach too is, and I really liked this is another moment with the show, like so many emotions.
Yeah.
Where Hernando's just like actually realizing your dream is scary, and you're just like, I kind of know what you're talking about. Like when you're scared to get what you actually
You're getting
want.
you get
It's
what
too
you
close.
have, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's too close. You're like, I'm not prepared yet. How can this be happening now?
You'll never be prepared. That's the thing.
I loved that, and I loved kind of the way the Andy Dick's character, like, he just loves surprises, and he is so upfront. The idea of like, you didn't make me cry, so I'm just not completely interested. Transitioning to, oh, by the way, here's a 3-time Oscar winner. You're gonna start opposite him. Bye.
Yeah. Like, deal with it.
I loved that energy, especially for Leto coming up. I don't know how much more we'll get of this story in the next episode, but hopefully we get a little bit more of it in our
I want to see the
finale,
movie.
because
I would love to see how he does in the movie. I think he does amazing.
if we get the premiere, that would be
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I'll jump ahead. We could jump ahead.
Yeah,
I don't need the movie. I want to know it's a
feel like
success, and that
depending-
he will get his success in America, because he has success from where he's from. But
Yeah.
like, did you see how he was? He was like the schoolboy, or like the green actor, the novice actor who's coming into like Hollywood for the first time. You know,
Yeah, he's like,
he's
I
this
don't
big
know if I
star.
belong.
Yeah, it's great to see him in different light.
And I agree with who's Havoc in the chat says Leto needs to tell Hernando about the cluster.
Yes.
It's
I've been waiting for
It's
that.
really
yeah.
time.
And Danny
so
could know too.
patient.
Danny would
think.
love it, I think.
Yeah.
Danny would be
She'd
like,
be like, tell me all
Amelita.
about the sex.
Yeah.
She totally would.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was
Kevin.
just like, the orgy would be very interesting to tell Danny. I think she'd be
Oh
like,
my God, I
that's
think-
not fair.
Yeah, she'd be like,
Do you think Amelita knows? With
oh, like the orgies?
yeah, the orgies with Amanita.
I
with
think
Amanita knows everything.
I don't really
Okay.
think there's
Okay.
a single secret
Every
from
single,
Amanita.
Nomi doesn't hide anything from her, clearly.
Because they had that best relationship ever.
Yeah,
once.
I did like that. We didn't really get a lot of Nomi. She
didn't
was
get
just
any of
trying to.
Nomi.
No, we did.
We got-
Barely.
Yeah, it was
She
literally
was
just
just
one
the
scene.
Techie.
Yeah, the tech
Yeah,
thing.
just
yeah.
the techie scene.
That
and then
means
she
more
was-
Nomi in the finale. What?
Oh, yes.
I'm very excited for that. But yeah, so we pretty much get that whole scene, and it was wonderful, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future for them. If not, maybe we'll just like touch on maybe the start of filming, possibly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like because I'm a garbage human being, that maybe something might happen and it might stop filming. I
Right.
don't know. So
I was worried about that.
Yeah, but the person that I was most worried about for the entire episode
Oh my God,
was
yeah.
Cap. One, it was really cool seeing him not out of his element, but kind of out of his comfort zone for a little bit.
Wearing a suit.
Wearing a suit and having that whole conversation between her and
Leto,
Leto.
yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, of just like, this is not,
This
how
isn't
you...
me.
Yeah, but...
It's okay.
So cute.
Yeah, and I loved seeing, like, his
Adorable.
mom and everybody just all together, like, really pushing for him. And I think the thing that surprised me the most, but not at the same time, was coming to the rally and seeing the thousands of people.
How many people there were?
hundreds,
Yeah,
probably
it was
hundreds
hundreds
of
of people, but
It's
still,
just so cool
it was influential.
because I feel like we've seen so many of our Sense8 cluster do really like great things. Like
Yes.
they've overcome personal things.
Yes.
Like Kevis is like on a world-changing stage right now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, he
our
could be
most.
something very big in the universe of
And he's our
Sense8.
most unassuming character
Yes.
so far.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
for him to take the stage and to have his mother come up and be like, look, everything good and bad that's happened to you is for this moment.
Yeah.
But nothing, guys, when his friend comes up, I couldn't
Oh,
even.
there's a-
I was like,
Oh.
no.
Best part. Wait, which part? When he
his
couldn't
friend-
when he
his
couldn't
friend came.
speak and he's like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
like
just
he
ride the
couldn't
bus.
walk. Just ride the
Just
bus.
ride the bus.
Just
I
ride
saw
the
that. I
bus.
was like, yes.
They are
Oh.
so perfect. Not just that moment, but then talking about being mixed race and being like, this is never a conversation we've had to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story. The only other black person I went to school with besides my brother was my best friend Camille, who was also mixed race, and we never had these conversations because we didn't need to. But it's exactly why we gravitated toward each other. And so for them to get this moment so right and so beautiful and just be an ode to like friendship.
His whole statement, what was it? Love should be a bridge, not a wall.
Yes.
Yes, that is literally going to be
God.
my favorite, and the fact that he's like
Oh.
that he said that like our children should not have to go through this. Like
Yes.
that was
That
like,
transcends
that's
so
what I
many
want.
different messages and so many different things that's happening right now in
yeah.
society.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
Yep.
How do you say that? The Wachowski brother sister. What are we calling them now?
Sisters.
Sisters?
Siblings. I call
Siblings.
them-
Yeah,
Siblings.
you
That's what it
say
is.
siblings.
The Wachowski siblings. They like. man, they know how to get their point across and kind of predict what's going to be happening in the future. Because I mean, there's a lot of things that are relevant. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that are relevant right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's also something that even though it's relevant right now, it's probably been always relevant to
So
them.
I guess maybe we're going through it, so it just pops up more. You know?
Yeah, of course.
I watched it with my brother, and he was like, "So this is just a direct message to Trump, of just like, hey, issues, deal with them."
But yeah, like I said, like even if Trump wasn't there, this is just something that these guys have always been going through, and they just want people to know about it, especially as of gay and color community. Like it's just, or just in general, just like trying to find your purpose in life, whether it's career or family or whatever. It's something that I've always loved about the show, and obviously that's why people are we were all upset that the show decided to
but it's not totally done.
It's not, of course, but like, and obviously we still have one more episode to talk about. So, but I love that it was just a really touching speech. I love that it was very personable. Also, did we see how much color that was on the screen?
So many black people.
I was just like, oh my god, they're all beautiful. But it was, but then as soon as like I saw some pushing happening at one point, I was like, oh.
Well, we saw Superpower walking through, and we thought he started something, but it was really the guy behind him that was.
No, I didn't even think that it was him. I thought he was trying to just leave, and then all of a sudden, just crap started.
What I like about this moment a lot is if you guys have ever seen the documentary, oh my god, I think it's Give Me Shelter. This looks exactly like in 1972 in San Francisco. There's a concert right after Woodstock, and it's gonna be the next Woodstock. And oh my gosh, I cannot remember names. A band performs, and the Hells Angels start a fight in the crowd.
I heard about
and people can tell that it's the Hells Angels, it's the police. If you watch this documentary, this is shot very similarly. It's a really large shot of a crowd. You see people moving, and then there's like some shoving, but you can't really. It's really hard
to tell what's going on.
So I really appreciated that. It was like real.
Yeah, no, it was really cool to see that, especially because there were some people who were trying to stop it, and there were other people who clearly
Cat was up there. He's like, no violence or peace, please.
And I like that he still had like the mic on him so that you can clearly hear instead of him just like
ballsy of him after the firebomb got thrown. He was like up there, he's like telling people to stop afterwards.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I love, that it wasn't just like pandemonium, and they just kind of took him off the stage. Like he was trying to calm everybody down as much as they could. Did you guys think what was going to happen next? Like, did you guys predict that?
I kind of saw that coming.
Okay.
Because we had the three episodes, we were talking about it. We were like, where was his security guard?
Yeah.
Like right after he was hired, he was gone, and then Superpower or Hero or whatever came in with the gun, and we're all like, he just got detailed. Like
I wasn't even sure who at first was grabbing him, but I agreed with him instantly. I was like, "Yes, get away from your family. You're the target. Get your mom to safety. Thing I thought of. This is smart." And we get to the crowd, and I'm like, "Why are you waking up, Will? That shouldn't be."
That was
that was my tip off. I was like, "Ooh, this isn't good." But also, I was like, "You should have woken up earlier to help out, you dummy."
And I kind of get though separating him from his family though, as like that is a safety precaution because people are trying to get you. You shouldn't be right next to him.
No,
cool, got that.
Yeah. Especially there's a child with you, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even think about that next step of like Will obviously trying to move and block. And
I just thought him because of cops. Like at first I'm like, well, why is he waking up? Maybe it's cops. He has some connection.
No,
and then I'm like,
disarray to wake up like that.
Oh, this is going bad.
Yeah, as soon as he said it, it's a trap.
He's
And
got
I was
a
like,
knife or
we're going
something,
Star Wars reference. What's going on? And then I was like, oh, that makes sense. And and he said, oh, he's got a knife. I was like, this is it.
I just thought it was a trap of like get to the van and blow up or something.
Yeah,
I'm so glad Sun
he was getting
there.
kidnapped.
I thought Sun would come out more. I mean, we got
one
brief,
but she was preoccupied though. She can't, like, she couldn't just stop and do whatever she was doing.
She was at the that's why.
Yeah, she was there for a little bit, but she couldn't stay for too long.
No,
and that's the other problem with only having two fighters in one cluster. If one's preoccupied.
Wolfie's a fighter too, but
Wolfie never joined the fight.
Yeah, I thought that was
weird.
He
was standing
but maybe
on the
we
stage.
didn't have time, you know?
I know, but he still could have done something.
If you notice, Wolfie didn't really have that many lines besides our Wolfie Kala moment. He was always just there.
Yeah. Though he's a very, of all the people in the cluster, he is kind of the most, like...
Particularly this season. I feel like he had such a strong arc last season. Like, in order to bring Capheus to the front, who had a very small kind of arc last season, they had to do
with
that.
Wolfie, for this was like the Justice League, he's like kind of like Batman, where he's like, I'll do whatever I want. You know?
Oh, he's totally Batman. That is awesome reference. That's amazing.
Like, he's there, and then he's like, all right, I'll be here if you need me, but really I got other things to do. So I knew you'd get my reference.
It broke me. That's why
I tried. Just one episode. But yes, I was worried for him. I'm glad that he didn't get completely hurt. He did get slashed a little bit on there, but I wasn't expecting who was going to save him. Did you?
I wasn't okay. Here's what I wasn't expecting. Like clearly they're bonded. Clearly, like his look says to me, I'm an important character because his look is amazing.
Yes.
What I wasn't expecting was the second body drop when he just shoots into the car. I was like, oh, it's on now.
That was a little weird.
Who do we know this person?
Yeah,
do they deserve to die? I don't know.
I thought they were bad security too.
Now that's what I thought.
I think they all were. They all were bad security.
I don't want just some random person getting killed.
I think I felt he was a suit. And like the way the other one was.
Yeah. And then I also found it hilarious when Will was like, he's got the safety on. Like, there's no harm.
That was funny.
More than that, his finger wasn't even on the trigger. His finger was like on the side. I was like looking at it. They made it very obvious.
To me,
that is not for safety.
No, when you're driving in a car, if you don't know how to tell the safety is on or off, you don't put your finger on the trigger in a bumpy car when you're pointing at somebody.
God, you don't do that.
Especially if you're about to. My assumption was, is he going to ransom him?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was going to be, or have him like do his dirty work of like using him to get to Mandiba and actually kill him.
I was like, are you in their pocket now?
I mean, I was also scared about his family because if his security was bad, did they just kidnap his entire family and try to kill them? Like there was so many things going on, but I was glad that his family got there safe at the home, and the fact that even though his mother looked like she wanted to tell him to stop doing, she kind of like reserved herself because the crowd was so moved. And I did like that they decided, they're like, hey, just because this happened doesn't mean that it went terribly. Everybody loved your speech. Everybody moved.
I love that we get this moment of like every time an angel cries, it gets sweet. Like, I want to vote because of you. And I'm like, it's cheesy, but I'll take it.
It's cute from her.
Yeah, I will take it.
If it was any other random kid,
if it was like J-Lo, I would be like, stop.
I don't even know who you are.
Stop.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so it was nice. I appreciated it, and I like that it kind of sparked something in him of like, okay, I am doing something right, even though Mandiba clearly wants me to he's afraid of you. Yeah. So that was really, really cool. So,
which is what they predicted before, because they were like, how dangerous it is towards you shows how much they're afraid of you.
Exactly. And it's just awesome. Like, I love it so much. So, any last minute thoughts before we get into predictions?
Well, wait. We didn't really tie in how Will, him and Capheus talk. That was so rewarding too, because I mean, the moment where Capheus is like, I forgive you because I understand. I went crazy when my dad was killed. So I get it.
Again, Will's dad just died. Yeah. So you can't get completely mad at him that he wasn't fully there. But at the same time, I understand that the stakes are high.
And Riley did it kind of well. She's like, okay, I understand, but you can't. Like, it's one of those, it's okay to mourn. You can't but dive into the deep end.
And then she talked to him like a kid, like, okay, so that was bad.
Like, you can't do that again.
We can do better.
Yes.
And it's sweet.
But they were still supportive.
But it was really, of course. And everyone's like, we're here for each other.
Yeah. This is the time to actually band together a little bit more than what we did before.
And how they all came together on the stage too. We didn't really mention that. That was sweet too.
Well,
they all were like, we're together.
Yeah, but it was still very nice.
That's where I thought that was my red flag of like, something ain't right if Will's not here.
It's wrong.
Yeah. So like that was cute of like them coming together, and then at the end too of like, we're all here for each other. And I think all of them like remember and forget that they have this support network.
I also forgot. So we had the awesome transformation scene of when Will is getting ready and shaving. Sun is also getting herself ready. And then we get obviously the scenes of
she looks super cute in that pink wig and blush.
I can't remember her brother. I know, right? His brother's name, Jun Kim. I don't want to mess that up. Where he's walking in and just schmoozing and doing whatever. Even though like if you look really, you can see a twinge of fear behind those eyes, just a little.
Oh, like he's looking around.
Of him?
Yeah, of just the situation, because when he gets out of the limo, he kind of looked around and he was like,
because Sun's been on the run, so like he has to know something.
He has to know something, or at least just maybe if
I thought he was worried about the smuggling of their money that they're trying to
launder.
That's also
a thing,
or launder the money, right? Because they just have all this money that they're gonna funnel through this party.
There's a lot at stake here, and I think that he's feeling the pressure, but he's trying to hide it within this giant party. And so it's very interesting, and the fact that they kind of comforted her of how like, if this needs to happen, like if we fail for whatever reason, you have to just kill him. We will be okay with that. Like, I liked that talk. Because I didn't know if she was just going to go rogue.
She's like, are you going to stop me?
It sounded a lot to me like Wolfie was like, we're just going to kill him. Like, I
that was the discussions. But
he's got to die now.
Yeah, but I felt like they were going to at least try. Like, to do the right thing.
They talk it out well of like, well, we'll get the evidence. Will's like, no, we can't. It's incriminating. So it's like a good discussion. It's not just like dumb.
They for sure become a team.
Yes.
I like this bonding. I like the use of we and us.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you and I. Yeah. Like they're not even you and I, but just I, like me. It's
so
weird.
They're acting as if they're one person, but they're
Yeah, and that's what I think really. That's why I was really sad that it ended there. But I know that the next episode's going to be epic. I was like, why? Why would you do this? Just give me a glimpse, just a tiny glimpse.
You know what though? It's not as bad as the emotional one. With Will, where it's like, I'm like, that's the end?
Yeah. Can't do that. Just deal with your feelings.
I know.
This one had like another roller coaster of like happy, awesome.
It really was.
Sad and happy.
I was scared.
The Wachowskis are really leaning into their very Game of Thrones style of storytelling.
It's awesome.
Which is exciting, mixed with their like sci-fi kind of punk underground style of storytelling. I'm liking this blending.
I'm also proud of Kala because I feel like, remember in the first season she kind of was very reserved. She was kind of in the background and you know dealing with her own problems. But slowly throughout the season, she's been kind of getting in the way. And especially when Wolfie brought up, he was like, "I was surprised you were gonna be there," and she's like,
"Why? Hell yeah, I'd be there.
I care about
you." That little rant was hilarious.
Yeah, it was adorable.
Probably wasn't a good idea to bring a rocket launcher to the. I don't even. Was there a rocket launcher? There wasn't a rocket launcher there.
No, but he's always using it.
Yeah, which is kind of funny.
Like I think it was mostly bringing back to the first season.
Remember that time you used a rocket launcher and effed everything up?
That crap. That's what we're gonna be talking about.
Doing that. We got some smart stuff.
Kala's never gonna live that down. But at the same time, it was really cool how she like obviously in the fight with Leela, she was like, "Bring it, bitch!" And then the same thing with this.
Yeah, she was just right into it
together. And I was like, "Yeah, Kala, get it, get in there."
The cluster is growing. They're becoming stronger.
Finally.
Yeah,
I was really happy. It did feel kind of like a movie where it was like enough of a beginning, middle, end, which is like that with every episode. But like this episode really like amped it up. So I know the last episode of this season is going to be insane.
So excited.
So, quick round of predictions. Here we go. Last episode.
Okay, bringing it out.
Now,
all right, let's start on that end of the table, and we'll bring it over here.
Okay.
Oh, I hate being the first person doing this. Go.
Yeah,
I can't think of something right now.
No, you can't go? Joelle, go.
There's so much that could happen.
Okay, so Angelica, and who was our other link to the past cluster?
Jonas.
Something fishy here. Something not adding up.
Yes.
The more I watch Angelica and the more I watch Jonas, I'm like, this feels wrong.
Yeah.
They need to be away from these people. Like, and they're in your head, and Whispers is working really close with them.
Yeah.
But every time Angelica just kind of inks out, it's like, oh, it's not my fault. I couldn't do it. I killed myself. No, I'm not buying it anymore. Something is wrong, and I'm worried about our cluster and their proximity and who we can trust. Also, Wolfie has been pissing off a lot of the wrong people lately.
He needs to get out of Berlin.
He needs to leave Berlin very fast.
Regard for his care, care at all. And now they're inside of your brain, and I don't like it. I'm worried.
I mean, they've been kind of dwindling down Will slowly throughout this season, so I don't even know.
I feel like Will's got Riley. Is my feeling? It's like Riley is like always there. Like
Will's back. I feel like Will is back to who he is. He's cop. She's like, I missed my cop, and he's like, he's missed you too. I think we're gonna get full powered Will. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think
next episode, he's going to be on his game. He's going to be orchestrating whatever's going on.
If not, Riley will definitely be there to have his
I don't know how, but I want them all to be together physically in the same space. Though that's actually very dangerous, I think.
That's
because
horribly dangerous. That's the worst thing that could ever happen.
But I want them all to
put them in a room, and then imagine if they're all in the room and that box is a bomb. Are you kidding me?
No, they're not all going to go to Bombay.
No, they're not going to go to Bombay, but maybe she'll bring it. I don't know.
I want Lito to be fully out in his relationship. I want Kala and Wolfie to be together.
Yeah, I want progress from our first season.
Amanita has been here from the beginning, just believing this. I would like her to see people.
That'd be
awesome for her to meet them.
She did. She saw Riley. That's as far as we've gotten. But
and they saw Lito on the movie screen.
I know Amanita has zero doubts, but like I feel like she deserves to see everything.
Yeah, no, I feel like she should.
All the respective lovers deserve to see everybody.
Or could they all have like a Skype session or something?
I was like, we're not going to go hang out, so we don't have phones?
Yeah,
what's happening? Let's walk around, get pizza.
Cat might not, but... I mean, now we can. Now we can with this stuff.
His new stepdaddy can find him a thingy. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no reason why they all shouldn't know who everybody is.
Like, if we can all do this on our phones.
21st century people, come on.
Technology.
Yeah. But either way, I think that it would be nice to finally get some sort of, not like super closure, but like enough.
Yeah.
Just a few of our sensates.
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh my god, we have a lot to cover. Anyway, so last episode next week. I mean, obviously last episode for now until we get next year.
Did you guys peep the title of the next episode?
Nope. No. I didn't even touch it. I'm too afraid.
Can I tell you? No.
I know. It's yours. See what the title is. Why?
No.
They said no. Like no.
No.
It's a good title.
Close it.
It's
No,
gone.
I don't want to hear it.
It's gone.
Don't put it in the chat.
Yeah, please.
I see you.
Somebody tweeted something a little bit.
No. I'm gonna do this anyway.
Well, and then we don't know how, but maybe we could try to live stream us watching it.
We're gonna try. Maybe I'll put like a Facebook Live or something while we're watching it here or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. So next Monday, y'all, it is going down in Sense8. All right. Where can the beautiful people of the internet find you, Zach, on that end?
Everyone can find me at Zach with a CH Silverman 2 and at my website, thezachsilverman.com.
And you all can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And you can go check out Instagram and Twitter and all that for photos of royalty clothing. I had some other clothes yesterday. I'll have some more tomorrow. And then also close up, I have these manga nail wraps from Espionage Cosmetics.
They're beautiful.
And they're adorbs. Thank you. So you can see the photos of those online as well.
Dope. I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique, every week at blackgirlnerds.com. And Sunday with this lady doing the Jedi stuff.
Yes! I'm so excited. I'm needing some more ladies on that show.
Jedi.
Sorry, Mark and Michael. I love you
We
too.
too.
Yeah. You guys can find me again. I'm Alexis Torres all over the interwebs at atorres890. I'm on just this show, Winona Earp with Kari Lane, Jedi Alliance with Joelle on Sunday, and then obviously I'm slowly uploading stuff for my wedding vlog since the last 35 days. Until the day of. Oh my word. So
y'all can be bombarded with photos if you follow all of us. It's gonna be ridiculous.
It's gonna be ridiculous. But anyway, definitely check us out there. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining us about episode 10. We will be here for the season finale of Sense8 next Monday. Tune in.
Yes.
Have a wonderful July 4th, everybody.
Be safe.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.